Well, my name is Brandon Winsor. I am the young adults leader, and I've been attending SCC for about 5 years now. I didn't really grow up in church. I got saved at a youth conference in 2018. As I started attending church, I would hear that giving was a part of the Christian lifestyle. During that time, I was a little bit hesitant to give because a lot of people who weren't saved would influence me that giving was really silly. I always had anxiety about finances. I remember getting paid. I'm like, yes, I got paid. And then I have to pay all my bills. I'm like, oh my gosh, like my paycheck's gone. And that is not a good feeling. Giving really came huge for me about 9 months ago. So when I was engaged, I would give once in a while. I wouldn't give as much. Giving 20 bucks on a tithe or going to Cane's and getting the meals, like going to Cane's seemed a little bit more reasonable for me. Seeing the fruit of tithing it started when I was engaged. Finances weren't really coming in. And it's like, Lord, I don't really know what to do. And I remember it was during the Love God Will offering. The Lord was like, give, and I'll take care of the rest. And so whenever you're wedding planning, money's a huge aspect. I remember I texted my wife, she was my fiance at the time, of course, and I was like, hey, I don't know if we can go on the honeymoon because I don't think we can afford that. We want to go to Cancun, but I don't know how it's going to happen. And then I got a text from a family friend. It's like, hey, I'm going to send you this much where you want it to go. And it totally covered our honeymoon, and it was far more than we asked for. So we had money left over to put into savings as a new married couple. And so now that we're married, we've never missed a bill. We've always had more than enough than we actually need. And we actually have money to go on date nights or to put more in savings. That for me has been the Lord working in my life. And so giving became a huge part of my lifestyle where me and my wife, the very first thing we do when we get paid is we give. The 10% of our paycheck goes to tithe because of course that's what it says in the Bible. I always pray, Lord, how much do you want me to give? I would always get 10%, but there's been times where the Lord has said, give more. I've given 15% or 13%. I always want to be directed by the Lord, and because I'm at the point in my life where I'm not going to be swayed. I know that my money is not my money and I'm supposed to give and be generous. I know that the Bible says whatever you sow, that is what you will reap 100 times more. And it's also a heart posture. So someone can be in the church that can give $100 million right now and just say, yep, I gave $100 million. But if you give $5 with a giving heart, that's what the Lord sees. And that's what the Lord wants you to do, because He wants to bless you and He wants to do a miracle in your life, especially in your finances. Finally, just let go and give that to God and just watch God move in your life, because I know it's going to happen. I was one of those people who didn't really believe in tithing. I was skeptical about tithing. I was afraid to tithe because I would rather spend money on materialistic things rather than give to God. But the moment I gave to God, within a few weeks, within a few days, God has blessed me financially. And so the Lord has been so faithful, and I know that's going to happen to you.